Alright, this is the 24th stream, I believe. Today, it is April 5th, Wednesday. 24th stream. Right. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining the stream. Do appreciate you coming in, spending your precious time hanging out with me as I experience more Forbidden West. Hope your day is going well. Hope you're staying safe. Hope you're able to enjoy some games yourself, and hope you enjoy the stream. Alright, let's get started. Not gonna be able to stream too long today. I do got work later on. Try to get in a quick workout at home earlier. Oh, that's right. I was doing some like hunting for stuff to craft overrides. Let's see if we could finish this off. Okay.
A Fireclaw.
What the hell? How did it see me all the way over here? Sometimes the detection on these robots is ridiculous. Oh, not enough points. Hold on, I need to turn my headset down. It's very loud. Nuts, take that. Shot to the nuts. How do you like that? The butt.
There.
I'm trying to, oh god. Trying to kill him without making him explode, which is tough. Because I'm trying to get his sack webbing, but it explodes if you attack it too much. And the damage zone of that is just so freaking huge.
Give it a rest first till I get my stamina back.
Look how little damage I do. I think even if I use electricity, it's gonna like make him explode. Let's see. Haha, take that. Oh, son of a bitch. Let's change my outfits. Fire. 28. 22, 29. Seven for fire and frost. 10. Alright, let's go with that. I'm afraid you might make the guy explode, but I need you to distract him.
A fire claw.
Yeah, get him. Get him, boy. Oh! Did I blow it up? I think I did. Man, that's like what makes this thing a pain in the ass to hunt. And it's big and dangerous and tanky. Like, there's other stuff that, like, it's a pain in the ass, but they're not as tanky. Alright, let's get out of here. Such a pain to kill it without making it explode. Like, I might have a better chance if I was able to hide initially instead of being immediately spotted and like pick it apart, like shoot off weak spots that don't explode. But I didn't even see any hiding spots, and it was like spotting me out of nowhere for some reason. I'll try again off stream.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey, can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regalla is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regalla's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith, Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first... we're going to stop Regalla.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me... a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regalla's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
You're pregnant.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
Okay, east exit.
Over here, Aloy. We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plainsong and further east to the Nora Sacred Lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow, still the sea rises, as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us.
Called it.
I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a Sunwing, and get ready for an entrance Regalla will never forget. My fingers feel stiff in this cold.
watered those plants for you.
Oh?
I just know they meant a lot to you, and, well...
Thank you, Aaron.
I thought you were gonna go fight some Tenakth.
I wanted to check in with you first.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just, picking up the pieces like everyone else. I'll be there when you need me.
I never doubted that.
Oh. Good. I'm glad you're back.
So am I.
It's like we're mourning our friend. Let's play Strike.
Do you think Zoe will be okay?
I don't think anyone's ever okay after losing the one they love. I can't tell you she's handling it better than I ever did. That keeps the rest of us level-headed.
I know you hate waiting, but you'll have to stay back here a little longer.
Well, you go do what you gotta do, but are you okay? It's not just Varl we lost. Beta's gone. I almost lost it when I realized my sister had been taken by Dervahl back in the Sundom.
I'm getting her back. That's all that matters.
Understood.
I need to get going.
You better do me a favor. Don't go disappearing on us again.
I'll do my best.
We're missing a spot here. It's empty.
Think you can manage things here while I go help Hekarro?
Stopping Regalla's war. It'll help us take the fight to the Zeniths?
Yes.
Then I'll make sure the rest of us are ready upon your return.
Okay. How's Aaron doing?
For a moment there, he thought he'd lost both you and Varl. But he never truly succumbed to despair. Guess that Oseram's stubbornness comes in handy sometimes.
We'll be facing Spectre drones soon. Erend and Kotallo have fought them before, so...
Already asked them to run us through some combat drills. Aaron moves like an oaf, but he's good with that hammer.
I know we both want to make the Zeniths pay for what they've done, but once we infiltrate their base, our priority will be to get Gaia and Beta out of there.
Don't worry. I won't go seeking revenge like some blood-crazed Tenakth. Wherever your arrow strikes, mine will follow.
Let's hope we hit our targets. I need to get going.
Whatever you plan on doing against Regalla, you better return to us in one piece.
I'll try. You look busy.
My studies are a good distraction. Especially after Cauldron Gemini. Varl, Beta, Gaia, gone. And that's just the beginning. The Zeniths want to rob us of our future, too.
We won't let that happen. How are you holding up?
Varl's loss is heavy on everyone's mind. I didn't know him well, but I can see how much he meant to the others. Zoe and Erend seem to have taken to it the hardest, but I don't quite know what to say to them.
They need time to sort through it.
And what about you? Will time heal your wounds?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. Seems like everyone's ready to take the fight to the enemy.
Kotallo more than most. If I were this Regalla, I wouldn't want to cross him on the battlefield.
Regalla still has a lot of machines on her side.
That's where you come in, I suspect.
If my plan works. So, all of the tribes here are new to you?
Yes. I've been studying up on them. The most fascinating one thus far has been the Tenakth. An entire culture based on the holograms of an ancient museum. There's much they've misinterpreted. not unlike the Quen. But still, there's a nobility to what they've become. They're honorable and fearless.
And deadly. Tilda, the Zenith that Beta mentioned, she was the one who rescued me.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth Sobek. Seems to think helping me is honoring her in some way. She was willing to share information on both Silence's plans and the other Zeniths.
But you still don't trust her. Where I come from, the more valuable the knowledge shared, the higher the price extracted. I'd be careful if I were you, Aloy.
I should get going. Be ready to go on my signal, okay?
I won't let you down.
I know.
Okay, wait, she has more?
Didn't think you'd be back.
Tilda's the one who rescued.
Did she say why?
She knew Elizabeth. She was willing.
But you still. Where I come from, the higher the price I'd be careful.
I gotta go.
I'll try.
Yep, he's not here.
When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. I will, Rost. Now and always. All this time, I've been so focused on what Elizabeth was like, what she would do. I was wrong to hold Beta to that standard. I probably shouldn't even be doing it to myself. I'll try to do better.
Did you see his head of me? Never thought I'd see metal bound to flesh in that way.
Yeah, he seems happy with it. Probably because he could crush me like a grape with it.
That is a happy thought.
Hmm. Gaia.
It feels empty in here without Gaia.
Just you wait, Varl. We're taking those space slugs down.
This is where the baby making was going on. I don't know if it's worth upgrading any of this stuff. There's orange legendary tier out there. Yeah, so I got the Plowhorn override. I got the roller back off stream, and I got Snap Maw. This one was a little bit of a pain in the ass too, because you had to make sure you didn't blow it up. But I could at least shoot off like its scales and stuff to help whittle down its health. But man, that Fire Claw is gonna be a pain in the dick. Oh man. No cost, of course.
Override installed. Now to find a Sunwing. I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
I'm gonna clean my gear later. I can do yours if you want.
I cleaned it already.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Okay, I need to find a Sunwing to override. Better head up the mountain.
Man, that is a really good draw distance. Look at that. The detail. I remember like looking at like when playing Skyrim and like looking out in the landscape, I'm like, oh man, look at that. There's pretty good detail. You could see like the rivers and stuff, and now like looking back, obviously like, you know, as time goes on, like the technology gets better and better, but man, in the moment you just like are in awe of like how good they can make games look now.
This'll make a good die. Good. There's Sunwings up here. I'll have to approach them quietly. Got it. Whoa.
There's some like blue avatar stuff now. I'm sure they stole the idea from someone or some other source also, or not stole, but drew inspiration.
This is it. I'm in
We
the air.
can fly higher than the eagles. Oh man, it's cool. Wee. Do a barrel roll.
Whoa. Head rush. Tilda, I'm in the air.
Then you'll want to pick up an energy cell on one of the ancient Horus Titans. But first you must send out a pulse to activate them. I've sent you the necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines you refer to as Tolnecs. There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
Well, let me
On it.
swoop
Arrowhand.
down
It's a
there.
whole village from up here. Maybe I should check in on it after I've dealt with Regala.
Meow.
She flies like the 10!
There's a Tolmec. Need to get on top of its head.
Ah, so now it is revealed how we finally can override this tall neck with nothing near it.
How to land this thing. Made it. Just got override it. Okay, Tilda. I've overridden the Tolmec.
Good. And the energy cells are now primed. Simply pick one up on a Horus. The nearest one should be northwest of your position. Dropping it on Regala's machine should produce quite a spectacle.
Thanks for the assist.
I told you, I want to help.
If you haven't overridden Sunwing, use a Sunwing call to summon it to your current position. Got it.
Whoa! I'm gonna have to get used to that.
Oh, dang! Oh, that's cool. Do a barrel roll. Evasive maneuvers. If this had like Guild Wars 2's controls where I could like dive bomb and really pick up some speed, that would be incredible. But it doesn't look like we can do that, but it's okay. Just being able to cruise around like this is like so awesome.
There's the energy cell. Right on the Titan's back. Got the cell. Now on to the Grove. Pulse from the Tolmec should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from any Horus I fly to. Could be useful, even after I deal with Regala.
Dive bomb. How high can I go? Higher than anyone ever.
All right, here we go.
Orgala's inside. Hikara will soon be dead. It's all over, Chaplain.
I gotta drop it now. Here it goes.
EMP, bitches!
Is that... It's Aloy!
She flies on the wings of the Ten.
The tide has turned! Push through! End of the line, Hikara. Now on your knees, and I'll give you the death you didn't have the spine to give me.
They're down! The machines! All of them! They're down!
What? How's that possible?
Regala! Enough bloodshed! Let's settle this. You and me.
Easy to say when you're atop a machine.
Well, that was just to get your attention. I don't need any help to take you down.
Fine. I accept your challenge. And once I'm done with you, I'll get to finish the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
The duel is set. Let none interfere.
They know I'm
This
here.
fight is just beginning!
Nope.
Give up the pain! It's like fighting a watcher! Always the same!
Oh,
When you're beaten!
All right, so that's how it's gonna be.
That is left of your story!
okay, this way? Or what do I do? Oh.
You're no challenge! I will free the heathens!
Hold on. Here, take this.
Take This is all you are! If you offered your blood, I'd spit it to the soil!
Take that.
Run, hide! Your fear will lead me to you! This is where it ends!
Yeah, it is.
I will cause my... And strike hard! The Nora! Cried King! Child of... Is this how you give up your... Oh. Prove your self-worth!
Oh god.
You bring nothing but to your tribe.
Here, take this. Bitch.
You should beg me to end your life.
I can't with my stamina this low.
Oh.
This is my strength! Come to me!
I have better weapons than you, plain and simple.
This is all you
Pain
are.
subsiding.
If you offered your blood, I spit it! Here I am again, on my knees before bootlicks and cowards. Go ahead, run me through.
Shut your mouth, traitor.
It was you who flew in on the wings of the Ten. You who challenged her. By our rights, you must decide her fate. I spared her once. It only made things worse. She was the best of my marshals. What a waste.
She's dangerous, all right. But maybe that's exactly what I need.
Cowards! What more do you have to conspire about?
Whether you live or die.
Your life ends here. There's another battle ahead. I mean, we're always gonna choose the, hey, what's up, BMG? We're always gonna choose the brain option, pretty much. And if she can help us distract the Zenith, I guess. Look, what's this? Sorrow of Sparta chest armor. An unburdened body, mind, and spirit. Huh. Ragnarok New Game Plus Auto. Well, you automatically get that. Brock. And yet now you stand before me 2 steps from buck-ass naked. Oh, Brock. I was really bummed that you, Oh, out. Really bummed that Brock had to go. This isn't easy.
You led a rebellion that tore a tribe apart. All for bloodlust and revenge. Maybe the only thing you deserve is to die right here. Or maybe that fury can be directed at the real enemy.
You want to ally with her? How can you even trust her?
Despite all that she's done, she's never been one to break her word.
And will she give it?
I won't beg for my life. Decide.
I mean, we've shown that we can beat her. I guess, like, there's no point in for her continuing her vengeance, because we can take her out anytime we want, pretty much. I don't know.
I'm not here to forgive you for your crimes. But there's another battle ahead. Against an enemy more powerful than anything you can imagine. And I need people. A squad. That's willing to do whatever it takes.
I don't want your mercy.
It's not mercy. The battle I'm talking about will be charging into a nightmare.
A better death than this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
My blood is yours. Your enemies are mine.
Meet us at our stronghold, in the mountains near Plainsong.
You mean to send her alone? Without even an armed guard?
She does not need it.
I will be there. You have my word.
I'll hold you to it.
I wouldn't necessarily have sent her to our
There's
stronghold,
something
but
you both need to see. In the throne room. He surrendered to our guards outside the grove. Claims he has an urgent message for the Outlander who defeated Regalla.
So, state it.
It's for her alone. From an interested party.
I'm gonna need some privacy.
Clear the room. Put him with the rest of Regalla's soldiers.
I'll see you back at base.
I guess stronghold is different from base. Okay. They definitely don't want to show where our base
You
is.
saved the tribe. Let me help you with your mission.
No. With Regalla gone, you have a chance to build the future you dreamed of. So get to your task.
Then at least allow me to give you this. Armor for the battle ahead. May it keep you safe.
Thank you.
Do you have any idea what you've just done?
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you too, Silence.
Congratulations on your victory. You saved the Tenakth for a few weeks. Unfortunately, you've doomed the entire planet as well.
No.
Wrong. I don't need a Tenakth army to defeat the Zeniths.
Oh, Aloy. Have you learned nothing about the enemy we're up against?
More than you, hiding whatever hole you found. My idea is just better than anything you ever came up with.
Go on.
No, not here. We're doing this my way. Face to face, and with the weapon you've developed.
And why would I agree to that?
Because I'm your only way of beating the Zeniths, and getting the copy of Apollo that's on their ship. So meet me at my base. Mountains west of Plainsong. Time to submit to the inevitable silence and follow the person who actually knows what she's doing. Don't be late.
Wait, we're showing him where our base is? That doesn't sound like a good idea at all. Flew into battle and vanquished Regalla. Well, we didn't vanquish her, but...
Tilda, you there? I did it. Silence is on board, so head to my base.
Impressive. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Now that I can fly, I might want to see what else I can do before I head back.
That's true. Now that I can fly higher than the eagles.
Stand up straight, Cavo. Aloy's here.
Yeah, you kind of have poor posture, buddy.
So, Aloy, you've added yet another deed to your name. And I'm guessing by the look in your eyes that you're not done yet.
Not quite.
Is there anything we can do? We owe you that much.
After everything you've been through, you're one of the best people to support Hikaru's bid for peace. Not just between the clans, but with the Carja too.
Then I will. You have my word.
And until my last breath, I'll make sure the tribe remembers all that you've done for us.
Yeah, and they're all friendly, right? Come on, don't be naive.
Quite an entrance, Aloy. Doubt anyone in the clan will ever forget it.
Ateka, I figured I'd see you here.
Of course. The Lowland clan fought for our own today. And like the day Hekarro conquered the Grove, we stand victorious. I see the same look in his eyes as I did then. Hope. Restored. His vision for us endures.
He'll need your continued support, I'm sure.
And he will always have it. Thank you for everything, Aloy.
I actually don't remember what quest I helped you on.
Alright, what's wrong?
Your name is Ateko. I'm gonna take a look at those titties. No. That's terrible.
Hekarro is alive thanks to you.
Wait, you were there?
Oh yeah, my whole squad.
Is it Taka? Who are you? I don't even remember. I don't remember half these guys.
What? You're spectators?
That's how good of a fight.
Okay, be right back. I'm gonna take a minute to check on my laundry.
So, say the chief gets his way. Lasting peace with the Karja.
Yeah.
Then what?
The next time I'm on leave, I'm
Trade, maybe?
see for myself.
Free passage over the borders?
I hear you got new armor. The only Tanakh I know who'd willingly step foot into Karja lands are those who burn them to ash.
I mean, it was a
I
vision
don't
that no
know.
one else could ever see.
I've heard there are lands beyond the Karjas, vastly different from our own. Asra, Nora, Banuk.
Yeah, and they're all friendly, right? Come on, don't be naive.
You up for a game of strike later?
Okay. But you should know.
So I asked the chaplain the other day, how did the Ten fly on their metal wings?
Well, good
Did
thing
they
I have a little
tame
something called
machines like the
strategy.
rebels do?
Talk yourself
And what was
up
the
all you
answer?
want. We'll settle
Not a
this
very
on
helpful
the
one. Their machines were different from those that roam the wilds today, and their secrets
You up for a game of
died with
strike
them.
later?
Okay.
Shame.
But you
What
should
I'd
know
give to
that
fly on
Walk
the
in
wings
honor.
of the Ten.
You and me both.
Well, good thing I have a little something called strategy.
Talk yourself up all you want. We'll settle this on the board.
All right, what's wrong?
Did you hear about
I heard the champion conquered the arena, and I missed it. I was stuck on guard duty.
I'm heading to the Grove to see
That's rough. That
You know,
fight
I
was
kind
a
of
sight
thought
to behold.
Carl made up the Vision of Unity.
Wait, you were there?
Guess I was wrong.
Oh yeah, my whole squad went.
I
We're
mean,
even thinking of
it was
getting
a
fresh
vision
ink
that no
to
one else could
commemorate
ever
it.
see.
What?
Said
You're
whatever you want.
spectators?
Well,
That's how good of a fight it was, my friend.
Did you hear about the vision?
How's our supply of ash blood looking?
the next time I'm on leave,
We have
I'm
enough
heading
to
the
last
Grove
until
see for
Bleeding
myself.
Mark can get back up and running.
You know, I kind of thought
That's a
Carl
relief.
made up the Vision of Unity.
I still can't believe
Guess I
a
was
storm
wrong.
wiped out
Good
the
day.
whole village.
You doubted the chief's
I
word?
know. But at
I
least
mean,
most of the
it was a
soldiers made
vision
it
that
out
no one
okay.
else could ever see.
Thanks to a
He could
certain
have said whatever he
outlander.
wanted.
Well,
Or so I
good
heard.
thing you're not in charge.
So, say the chief gets his way. Lasting peace with the Karja. Then what?
Trade,
You up
maybe?
for a game of strike later?
Free passage over the borders?
Okay.
The only Tanakh
you should
I
know
know
that I got
who'd willingly step foot into Karja lands are those who burn
Well,
them
good
to
thing I have a little
ash.
something called strategy.
I don't know.
Talk yourself
I've heard
up
there are
all you
lands
want.
beyond the Karjas, vastly different from our own. Asram, Nora, Banuk.
Yeah, and they're all friendly, right? Come
You
on,
up for a game of strike
don't be
later?
naive.
Okay. But you should know that I got
So I
some
asked the chaplain the other day, how did the Ten fly on their metal
Well,
wings?
good thing I have a
Did
little
they
something
tame
called
machines
strategy.
like the rebels do?
Talk yourself up
And
all
what
you
was
want.
the answer?
We'll settle this on the
Not a very helpful one.
Walk in honor.
Their machines were different from those that roam
I've
the
been
wilds
thinking.
today,
I'm going to
and
petition
their
to join the
secrets
Chief's Guard.
died with them.
What brought this up?
Shame. What I'd give to
Everything
fly
that's
on the wings
happened,
of the Ten.
I feel like I need to do more.
You and me both.
For the clan, the tribe.
I'll join too then.
I wasn't asking you to.
All right,
I know.
what's wrong?
But you and me,
I heard the
guarding
champion conquered the
Memorial
arena, and I missed
Maybe
it.
even
I was
catching
stuck
some
on
fights
guard
in the
duty.
arena. Come on.
That's rough.
I guess it would
That
be nice
fight
to have
was
a
a
friend
sight
there.
to behold.
That settles it
Wait,
then.
you were there?
Oh yeah, my whole squad went. We're even thinking
You
of
up for a
getting
game of
fresh
strike
ink to
later?
commemorate it.
Okay.
What?
But
You're
you should know that I got
spectators?
some new pieces for you.
I
That's
hear you
how
got
good of a
new
fight
armor.
it was, my friend.
Well, good thing I have a little something called strategy.
Talk yourself up all you want. We'll settle this on the board.
So, say the chief gets his way. Lasting peace with the Karja.
The next time I'm on
Then
leave,
what?
I'm heading to the Grove to see for myself.
Trade, maybe? Free passage over the borders?
The only Tenakth I know who'd willingly step foot into Karja land are those who'd burn them to ash.
I don't know. I've heard there are lands beyond the Karjas, vastly different from our own. Osram, Nora, Banuk.
Yeah, and they're all friendly, right?
Okay. Thanks for your patience.
And so the Wings of the Ten found us when things were at their direst.
I'm not some legend come to life, Jataka.
That may be, but we will always be in your debt.
Their machines were different from
If it isn't the flame of the desert.
wilds today. And their
He should,
died with them.
like, once they get the knowledge from Apollo, he should look up the knowledge of how to make tacos, and then he can make a taco shop and call it Jatacos.
Aloy! Over here! Aloy! Never doubted you knew how to make an entrance, but that, whew, that was something else.
Didn't think I'd find you here.
You know, I just thought a battle that'll be sung about for generations wouldn't sound as epic if the Desert Commander were missing. I would not have shown Regalla mercy.
The next time I'm on leave, I'm heading to
Who might argue with the champion killer? Wish I could have seen Regalla's face when she saw you flying on that machine.
And they're all friendly, right?
Wish I could have seen Regalla's face when she saw you flying on that machine.
Aloy! Wallbreaker! That was amazing!
You've racked up a lot of people, haven't you? I'm going to petition to join the Chief's
Wear your
Guard.
scars with pride.
This song.
Walk with honor.
Your blade be bright. It's an honor, champion.
Here, let's freak them all out again. Hey, how come I can't mount you? Hey, come here. I wanna fly. Or maybe it's because we're on the base. Come here. Oh, we gotta do it like that? Oh, alright. Let's see how high we can go. Higher. Higher.
Hard time flying up here. Let's try the lower.
No. Okay, that's as high as we can go. Unknown. First to fly. What quest is that? Oh. First to fly. I guess you could call that flying. Is there anything else that I can use the Sunwing to get real quick? What's that building over there? Oh man, you can see the tall neck walking around, the Thunderjaw. We're probably getting close to the end of the game if we finally get like a flying mount. Like they want to end on a high note, you know? Man, the detail on that tall neck is pretty darn good. Little bit of pop in there. It's okay. Oh, is this where that yeah, I remember the like honeycomb machine thingy or metal thing. Oh, there's a campfire. Let's go unlock it. Did we unlock it? We did. Okay, good. What's at the very peak? Probably nothing. Yeah, nothing. Do I want to create a new save? Maybe. Just in case we want to see what happens if you kill Regala. Just, like, get to see her get stabbed.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is here. You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks.
Do you really want him in my room? Like, what if he snoops around? I mean, there's probably nothing in here, but still. Should have been waiting in, like, the lobby.
Well, Silence. Looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prattle. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your plans for the Zenith base?
You're right. I do owe you. My spear in your throat for deceiving me again. At the Hades Proving Lab.
I doubt you asked me here for that kind of reckoning.
No. Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance. But if you ever betray me again, I will kill you no matter what the circumstance. Understood?
Very well. Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Enough, both of you. We're in this together, at least for now. Go talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
That's a backpack, of course.
Oh, no. You first.
Well, this is, awkward.
Better get everyone in the control room so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
You know, we've never played Machine Strike together.
Oh, no. I got enough trouble with Kotallo, always kicking my ass.
Who says I'm any good at it?
The way my luck's going, I'll bet you're a pro.
Aloy, it appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tenakth something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunbeam.
Sorry to disappoint.
I mean, as cool as that would have been, we don't have a roof. We have a mountain on top of us.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different. Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Erend and I tried speaking to Sylens, but apparently our tribal prattle is unnecessary.
Charming, isn't he?
I mean, on that I could kind of agree with Silence. I'm not one for idle chit chat. I'm very, very like direct. Like, what's the purpose? What's the function? Like when and like men in general are very direct. It's like when we have a conversation, it's like like you know, man A to man B. It's like, hey Mike, you want to go to In-N-Out? It's like, yes. What time? 7 p.m. All right, I'll see you there. Bye. Women kind of generally talk differently. It's like, hey Susan, what you doing? Oh, nothing. I've been thinking about stuff. Oh, that's cool. You know, I've been feeling kind of Feel like I've been working out really good. Oh, that's cool. I don't want to eat too much. What do you want to eat? Oh, I don't know. Do you like burgers? Yeah, I like burgers. Not, I don't know if I want to eat a lot of fries. It's like, I'm generalizing, obviously, but
Ready to head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will endure.
I have to go.
I'll make sure Aaron doesn't
Okay.
punch Silence in the face, if that's what you mean.
Thanks.
let's talk to Aaron first.
Aloy, you came back with some interesting friends.
Wish I could say we don't need them, but Silence and Tilda are here for a reason. Even Regala.
Yeah, enemy of my enemy and all that, right?
More or less.
You, talked to Tilda at all?
I tried. I don't think even a hot forge could melt that ice. And you say she wants to help?
I think so. Well, let's hope. I guess Silence is keeping to himself, as usual.
I was hoping he'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need. Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So, Katalo tells me you flew. Well, that's new. I've been busting my balls trying to learn to read. You're out there having all the fun.
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
Looking forward to it.
It might be kind of cool if we like transferred that override ability to like, well, it's not in the focus, so we can't necessarily give it to their focus. I don't know if they have any other like override tools that they could equip on their weapons. It would be pretty cool though if like an elite squadron of all of my team could be like flying in on the sun wings, and like the Zeniths would be like, what the fuck? Of course they'd have countermeasures, and they're and they can fly, so we'd still be at a disadvantage.
I better get going.
Oh, you know where to find me.
You provide for a pretty good distraction though, while me and Tilda are sneaking through the back door.
You flew? Kotalo told me. And took out Regala's machines? You know what? I don't even know why I'm surprised. I saw we have visitors and a new weapon. Does this mean we're ready to take the fight to the Zeniths?
Almost. I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
I almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones. But now that she's here, all I feel is a vague unease. I don't know if I'm scared of finding out more uncomfortable truths, or just scared of her. Probably both.
Are you okay?
I was wondering, is it really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry. The kind of angry that leads to murdering people in their sleep.
Don't worry. We're going to point that anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
I hope our new guests have been behaving.
This Silence, he's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was born without that. You sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening pretty fast for you.
I've already braved oceans and madmen who thought they were ancestors reborn. Why not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command, too?
Guess the more the merrier. I need to wrap up a few things, but stay sharp.
I'll be ready when you call.
Alright, oh, his arm.
I see you've got your new arm ready to go.
Yes. It still feels strange. I've gotten used to the absence, but no matter. I'm sure I will need it before the attack on the Zenith base is through.
The rebel holdouts can't be allowed to continue their pointless fight.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you.
Your people keep mentioning the wings of the Ten. What exactly does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression of martial prowess. It is why the challengers leap into the arena during the Kulrut. And now, you have done it. Like the deeds of the Ten themselves, it will never be forgotten. So, tell me, how did it feel?
I won't lie. Pretty good.
I can only imagine.
Did you meet Tilda?
There is something about her that doesn't seem natural. I wouldn't be surprised if my sword went through her and she didn't bleed at all.
Honestly, with her, nothing would surprise me. Look, I know you're probably not happy about keeping Regala around, but I want her on our side when we fight the Zeniths.
It is more than she deserves. Even so, I will not question your judgment.
Thank you, Kotallo. Things will get ugly once the Zeniths realize we're in their base. You'll need every trick you've ever learned.
I would have it no other way. Many soldiers died in the old world to make sure we stood here today. We will endure on their behalf. Though, I am curious how you intend to defeat the Zenith's defenses without an army of our own.
Leave that to me. Just make sure you're ready to fight.
As you say. You have more than earned my trust.
I have to go. But I'll be briefing everyone on the plan soon.
Understood.
There you are.
Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Silence and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Really?
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream, it's what,
a second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
Oh yeah, I explored her house a little bit after the cutscenes and stuff. There was a few item chests and a few random things to read that wasn't really that important. I can't even remember what they were. Oh, and there was a metal flower that we opened up to get some more loot. That's about it.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the Proving Lab after Farzineth's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant conversation.
I don't remember that.
She said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time, thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Farzineth, not who I truly am.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience
We kind of heard this already.
Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
You said before that you're not like the other Zeniths. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
When it's time to break into the Zenith base, what can we expect?
I'll go over the full layout once you've assembled your friends. Suffice it to say, we will need to push as fast as possible to Beta and Gaia's location, dealing with heavy resistance along the way. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
So, Eric... was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company.
Ah, that makes sense.
A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets. On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
All of his tribe believes he was one of the greatest people from the old world.
Then they would be quite disappointed to meet him. Though I'm sure he'd bask in the adoration.
I mean, to a very much lesser extent, I kind of do that. Like, I'll play Grand Theft Auto and then I'll I'll go on a rampage in the streets, you know, with weapons or getting a car and just driving as fast as I can, running over a bunch of people, accumulating police stars, and seeing how long I could last. But that has kind of worn off with me. Like, I don't really care about doing that anymore.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths, Verbena. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Verbena inherited her billions. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
What, like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
I don't really remember who she is.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth?
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
What can you tell me about Gerard?
He was the head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost every major corporation. It made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more, more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
What do people with endless amounts of money do? Vices. I mean, look at freaking Epstein Island.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth, titans of their industries.
And let me guess, all selfish and ruthless to the core?
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Murjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
There's an interesting discussion that Neil deGrasse Tyson had with what's his name? The dude from the old dude from CNN. What's his name? He was Dr. Tyson was asked about if he would want to be immortal or to live even longer. His response was kind of interesting because he's like, not necessarily, because if you live so long, you don't have that urgency anymore. With our limited life, we kind of have this urgency to accomplish things, you know?
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Huh. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, Liz never, or in the first game, they never really discussed Liz's romantic history.
I believe Regala and your Tenakth friend have been carefully avoiding each other.
But oh, my Sunwing is bouncing around apparently outside. Look at that. Yeah, apparently Liz liked the ladies, or at least didn't mind dabbling with the ladies also.
Focus. It's Varl's. I used to think no Nora would ever accept one. Varl did. Even when he was overwhelmed, he refused to let me push him away. I failed Varl at Gemini. I should have pushed harder. I should have done more. I'd give anything to have him back.
Man, Varl wanted to like spread the knowledge with the Nora. I mean, it could still happen with us and stuff, but it would have been nice if he could have been like the emissary or whatever, the ambassador.
With Regala out of the way, Hekarro and Tenakth, they're safe. The future's up to them now. I do wish they'd drop all the honorary names they've given me. But if I've learned anything about them, that it's not a battle I am going to win. Elizabeth and Tilda had a history. The more I learn about her life, the more complicated it seems. I guess she saw something good in Tilda. I don't know what exactly, but seems like it was enough. For a while, at least.
Yeah?
I was thinking we could spar for a bit. When you have the time.
Oh, sure. Yeah, of course.
Might be a way to deal with my anger.
Yeah, beating the crap out of me makes you feel better. I'm all for it.
Okay.
Did you need something? Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shills.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation. At the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with the Carja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier?
Yes. Exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Carja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades and the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah. How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Dervahl, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Dervahl had failed.
So you promised her Regalla, and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army, and wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
All right, Silence. I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Silence.
I keep thinking he's just gonna be standing there.
Okay. Assemble the companions. I don't know. Maybe we should like do all the other stuff that we were meaning to do. Clear out the bandit camps, do all the side missions.
Just you wait, Varl. We're taking those space lugs down.
Where's the other door? There it is. Oh, we didn't talk to, Regala. I don't know if she wants to say anything. We talked to pretty much everyone else. Where is she? Is she like downstairs?
This place smells wrong. No sand or wind, only cold steel. And the others up there, your squad.
They can hold their own. As for this base, it may not be what you're used to, but it is a shelter.
Call it what it is. A cage.
You came here on your own.
For the battle you promised. So for now I wait in my cage for your word. Tell me when to strike.
I kind of regret keeping her alive now. It's like we had Beta, who was cool, broken, but cool. Now we get at her.
The whole time I've been in the West, I've been fighting you and your rebels. I'd at least like to know why.
You were among the enemy. What more is there to know?
Why did you do it?
Dorok, Jiroka, Makalo, and the Karja pushed into the desert to raid our people. My brother's squad was among the first to intercept them. But the Karja captured them, strung them up, and burned them alive as an example. It was too late. I found them by the sound of their screams.
So you wanted vengeance?
Vengeance? No. I wanted devastation. To tear down the Karja's cities and drown the land in blood. Hunt down every last survivor and grind their bones until the sky chokes on the dust. But my chief betrayed me. Betrayed the Tenakth.
How did Hekarro betray you?
Hekarro called on the clans to resist the Karja's red raids. But we did more than just defend. We hunted them, and they fled as children before a pack of claw striders all the way to their border. There we ripped down their stone walls. Their domain was ours for the taking. But when it came time to push on, Hekarro ordered us to fall back. What soldier retreats when slaughter is at hand?
The kind who wants peace for their people.
Peace is just a lull between vendettas. But I thought my chief had greater tactics in mind, so I stood by him, even when he allowed that filthy Karja to join our ranks.
Fashav,
I enjoyed watching him die at the embassy. He should have been put down when we first captured him on the field. Instead, Hikaru made him a marshal.
Fashav told me how he became a marshal. He earned it just like any Tenakth.
It was an insult. No Outlander can ever deserve to wear our armor, bear our marks. And then a Karja messenger was brought before us? That's when I knew. I had to run my blade through Hikaru and drag his treacherous corpse to the gates of the Sundom.
What happened when the Karja messenger appeared before Hikaru?
The quivering priests bore a message from their new king. No more war. No more raids. Suddenly, the Karja wanted to talk peace. An embassy at the very fortress we tore down. A true Tenakth would never take a Karja truce. Their blood exists to be spilled. But Hikaru lapped up the priest's message. He showed himself a Karja-loving traitor when he accepted. That's when I challenged him.
And lost.
His mercy was just another sign of his weakness. I vowed never to rest until the debt was repaid, with him on his knees before me. So with an army of soldiers and machines at my back, I returned. The day you got in my way.
The deal you made. Override tech in exchange for an assault on the Zenith base. How did Sylens approach you?
That name means nothing to me. My agreement was with the Oseram Asera and her sons of Prometheus.
So all this time, you didn't even know who you were really dealing with? And you trusted an Outlander?
If it was a trick, I would have crushed her. But she spoke with the same burning hatred for the Karja. And she offered me the chance to run them down with machines. The terror in your enemy's eyes when they see you charge. You know what I'm talking about. I bet you felt it.
I don't think so. What about your end of the deal? Would you have honored it?
Had I killed Hikaru and become chief, these Zeniths would have been the first of the tribe's victories. But because of you, my people will continue to consort with the enemy. A tribe of weaklings.
Your tribe would have been slaughtered.
Because of me, hundreds of Tenakth won't throw away their lives in a battle they can't win.
You're delusional, Regalla, if you think your arrows and spears can stop a Zenith. We learned the hard way.
Are you really going to fight alongside me?
I have no reason to betray you.
Really?
I failed to kill Hikaru, failed to eliminate you. No Tenakth would follow me now. The Karja remain out of my reach, cowering behind their walls. All I have left are the screams of those long dead and unending rage. So show me where to bury it.
All right. I guess we'll both face the end soon enough.
Ever since you got in my way, I've wanted to see your bones burned white beneath the sun. But if I'm to die in battle, then it might as well be with the one who flew with the wings of the Ten.
I'll let you know when it's time to move out. Oh. I guess this door's unlocked now. With Gaia gone. Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door. His things.
The more I read up on the Regional Control Center, the more I appreciate the immense amount of planning that went into Project Zero Dawn. But one aspect of this facility has me puzzled. Why pre-design it? Gaia was more than equipped to imagine the needs of future humans. While I have 4 working hypotheses, the answer may be the simplest: sentimentality. Combing through the facility's files led to a discovery of an audio log, severely corrupted, likely a consequence of Minerva's occupation. I only managed to extract the fragment. August was only 8 when the swarm broke out. He was in Singapore, staying with his mom. I should have gone. I should have done a lot of things differently. Alright.
Aloy. If you were listening to this, then, things didn't go as planned at Gemini. I know you'll keep your promise. Which means I must be dead. Now that sounds familiar, doesn't it? But lots happened since you found me in that ectogenic chamber. Thank you, Aloy. You've been my shelter. And I would risk it all again to be by your side. I know you'll find a way forward. That's what you do.
We couldn't keep our promise, but I'm glad it worked out.
There's more machinery in here. We might have had something. The vault. I found a locked door behind the vent in the basement. Wonder if that's it.
I've got to be more careful. Jensen almost caught onto my plan while we were going over the diagnostic center specs. I've got nothing against the rest of the team. It's just... I'm sure they've all got family they're gonna meet up with in Elysium. But me? I couldn't even bury August. There is nothing of him left besides my memories. I won't let those blink out of existence too. The vault's for us, no one else. 11 more weeks before we lock the blueprints. Then the rest will be up to Gaia.
Looks like a power cell could fit here.
I think there was a power cell over here somewhere or something. Or maybe not. Do we have to take the one from this room? Or maybe there was one here we never found a use for. There we go.
I don't think I should take this upstairs. Okay, that console has power now. From the looks of this data, Hephaestus tried multiple times to hack into the repair bay. But doesn't look like it succeeded.
Okay. This is just the Elevator shaft. Okay. I don't have enough time to do the final mission right now. Plus, there's still a lot of stuff to do. So I guess we'll just be doing side stuff until the final suicide mission. Should I call it here? Yeah, I guess I will. We'll be playing this tomorrow anyway. This one. Alright. Thank you to BMG for hanging out as always. Anyone else who might have stopped by, I appreciate you spending your precious time hanging out with me as I experience more Forbidden West. Having you here makes streams more fun in general for me and helps motivate me to continue streaming, so I truly appreciate you being here, spending your precious time. I'm more than welcome to hang out in the future, which should be tomorrow. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the stream. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, enjoy some games yourself, and take care. And have a good one in general, alright? See ya.